Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. It's the FPL Pundit here, and in today's video we are going to be doing a game week review for game week 10. We're going to be seeing how game week 10 went, and I'm going to be reacting to some of the decisions I made and what I'm going to be doing next ahead of game week 11. So if you're new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification icon so that anytime I post a new video you're going to be aware, guys. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Now quickly we are going to be first looking at what managers are doing ahead of game week 11 after game week 10. Now, but before that, let's quickly look at what the major highlights of game week 10. We see that the highest point scored 116 points, the average point is 42. About 12.6 million transfers were made. The most transferred in player ahead of that game week was Mount, and about less than 200,000 wildcard were used, and the most captain player was Salah. Now we see that the best goalkeeper under the kings of the game week 10 is Ramsdale. Then the best defender, who is also the highest scoring player for game week 10, was James. Then we have Gabriel Lowton or Bamidele from Norwich scoring 10 points. Declan Rice in the midfield, Gallagher, Bowen, Henderson, Jorginho, and Ronaldo. We'll see that now Ronaldo was the only striker that was able to get double figures in game week 10. Other players getting double figures didn't even come from the major attackers. They were just mostly the defensive midfielders like Jorginho, Henderson, except from Bowen, Gallagher, whom were actually more attacking players that got double figures. So moving on, we see that the top transfers for the game week so far, the most transferred in player is Reece James, followed by Smith Rowe. Gallagher is the third most transferred in player, then Ramsdale and Chilwell are also on the list. Now we see that the most transferred out players so far, we have Alonso, Kovacic, Mount, Raya, and Sa. Now you could be wondering why managers currently transferring Ramsdale, who is a goalkeeper. What's his significance to the team? Now we see that a lot of managers have Raya, and many of them are transferring out Raya. Now we see that those managers who are transferring out Raya are mostly the ones looking to transfer in Ramsdale. As you see, that is the fourth most transferred out player, and Ramsdale also is the fourth most transferred in player. Now more managers are now selling out Alonso, and I think they are going for Reece James. Kovacic too is been ruled out, so that's why a lot of managers are signing him and assigning him out, or transferring him out. Sorry, and we see that Mount also, because of his injury, is also ruled out. So some managers have transferred him out, but this might necessarily not impact in his price because it's just less than 100,000 of managers have transferred out him out. So okay, now the king of the game week, the major top performer for the game week was Reece James. Yes, we all know that. So let's move on to my team and let's see how I did personally in game week 10. So now we see that I had 42 points, which is directly on the average points for the game week. And you see that in the previous game week as well, the previous game week I scored below the average points. I thought I did scored on the average point, but I did way below the average points. And to be honest, I'm getting frustrated with the whole fantasy Premier League thing. I'm still going to come to the reason why I'm frustrated. Now we see that the highest point once again scored 116. My game week rank was about 4.3 million after the game week concluded with Wolves match against Everton. Now I made just one transfer, and that was the biggest mistake of the game week and the major reason why I'm very low on points. Now moving on to my team, we see that the best performer in my team was nobody other than Jimenez and my goalkeeper. Nobody in my team was able to get double figures. Let's really look at it. Now we see that Goethe got 7 points for clean sheets. They were able to beat Manchester City. Pinnock blanked. Livramento was able to give me 6 points. Alonso did not play. Salah, Son, Townsend in the midfield, they all blanked. Salah was able to get an assist. Nothing came from Son, who was even my captain. Townsend, nothing. Loftus-Cheek was able to get an assist, but he didn't start the game. Moving on to the attack, we see that Kane blanked. Jimenez was able to get a goal, and he had bonus points. That's why I think he's even getting up to 9 points. So the next thing is Antonio, who also blanked. And if you look at my bench, every single player blanked or did not even play. Alonso did not play, Raya did not play, and Tsimikas did not play. So now what was the major mistake I made in this game week? Now Loftus-Cheek, we see that is the latest addition to my team, whom I replaced with Gallagher. Now why would I imagine I've had Gallagher since like the third game week. Yeah, I've had Gallagher for that long after his first performance in the Premier League this season. Then I bought the player, kept him on. And somehow if you notice, I didn't really make many videos this game week 10. So maybe that's part of what affected my decisions, because I didn't make transfer until Saturday morning. And look at the transfer I made. Now I had Aspilicueta and Alonso in the team, and whom I know that one of them wasn't going to be playing in the match. I was thinking, I went to check Chelsea's news on which players are available, and I saw that Aspilicueta was available. And also because of the EFL football during the week where Alonso and both Chilwell played, I was thinking Tuchel was going to be resting Chilwell, and most likely maybe Alonso could start the game. But we saw that Alonso did not start the game. Then Aspilicueta was the most surprising one for me. He said the coach said he was available, yet he did not start the game. So what did I do? I sold rather than, I don't know why, I brought in Loftus-Cheek and sold Gallagher. And normally the player I've actually planned on transferring in was Reece James. I was either going to sell Alonso or Aspilicueta to get Reece James, and if I had done that, I'll have gotten points from both Gallagher and Reece James, which will have amounted me to having at least 60 points. In short, I'll be having at least 65 points this game week. Now, but it's all done, and it's just, this is what really got me frustrated, because you're keeping a player, you want to be patient. At the same time, you don't want to miss out on other players, but the moment you sell one player off, that's the time he decides to perform. But it's actually okay. So that's that's that about my this game week review so far. Let's quickly look at the fixtures ahead of game week 11, so we can plan ahead on the team selection for game week 11. Now we see that the next game weeks we have Southampton playing against Aston Villa, Manchester United playing against Manchester City, Brentford against Norwich, Chelsea playing against Burnley, Crystal Palace against Wolves, Brighton against Newcastle, Arsenal against Watford, Everton against Spurs, Leeds against Leicester City, then West Ham playing against Liverpool. So with these matches ahead, we're going to be looking at the possible team selection. This is not a team selection video, but we're looking at how my team could line up ahead of the coming game week. So now we see that if you look at my team, you'll notice something different in my team. It's still a blue player, but I sold Alonso and signed Reece James. I did that I think yesterday before the game week ended. Price rises and all that, and my mind was just made up to sign Reece James. Although I could have waited for the Champions League games to run out first before I bring in this player, but I just didn't care any longer. I could have signed Reece James earlier. I should have signed him earlier, because he was even part of the players I recommended player and managers transferred in. But now he's in my team, so this is what my team could look like ahead of the coming game week. So this is just it for now until the Champions League games conclude and UEFA Europa Cup concludes, before we come back to review this team selection. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch you right in the next one. Peace.